Welcome to Xtra Credit Hustle, where we talk about investing, entrepreneurship, real estate, and reaching your full potential. I'm your host, Mr. Hustle, and I'm excited to bring you this show. Together, we will explore principles that will lead to success in business and in life. I invite you with me on this journey to life mastery. Let's go. All right, what's up, hustlers? How y'all feeling? It's 11:04 p.m. in my area right now, and I just had to bring this episode to you. You're probably not gonna get it until August the 7th or the 8th if you're on iTunes. Apple be playing on me. They don't put out my content. Oh, excuse me. Apple don't put out my content. Hold on, let me take a little drink. I got some gas. But today we have a super exciting show. I wanted to talk to you about being selfish. Being selfish to love yourself. Being selfish and staying focused. Like, what does it really take? And should you feel bad about being focused and just focused on yourself and on your purpose? Should you feel bad about it, and how to go about this? I know when I am attacking my goals, sometimes I can say, am I being too absorbed or too consumed by what I'm going after? Is my goals consuming me right now? Am I neglecting people around me just because I want something or I want to accomplish something? And all I can say is success takes intense focus. It's like, that's kind of what it takes. And it's okay. It's okay to be focused on you in the time being. Now, I'm not saying that's all you focus on, but I'm saying this where the principle of prioritization comes into place. During the day, you have to schedule these things, these actions for yourself to be able to accomplish goals for yourself. Nobody would care about your goals or you accomplishing your goals as much as you do. And to be honest, they shouldn't. They have their own goals and their own prerogatives and the things that they want to accomplish and do. So you can't fault people for not wanting to be there with you all the time, or you can't fault the people that are feeling neglected or just feel like you're too consumed or busy with yourself and saying, man, you selfish. All you worried about is your website. All you worried about is that store. But at the end of the day, the store is you. That's what you wanted to do. You decided you wanted to go after these goals and be successful and whatever. This is what you decided. And it's just funny, the same people that will say those things like, man, you too obsessed with being rich and buying real estate. Them people, they usually support you. And they will continue to support you as long as it's convenient for them. As soon as supporting you becomes an inconvenience for them, they probably most likely won't support you as much as you would think. And I don't want you to get mad at people for not supporting you like you want it. Because as I said before, you guys have two different lives. It's their life and it's your life. And you have made the decision to try to do something hard, or try to do something new, and try to be successful in something. So this is a burden you bear on your own. And you can't get mad at people for feeling that you're neglecting them or for wanting you to pay attention to them, because they have their own life and their own objectives. And to them, your life might be perfect. But you made that decision to pursue something greater that you felt was greater than yourself right now. You chose this path. So you got to deal with people like saying, oh, man, you too consumed. You never talk to us anymore, and this, that, and the third. It's your life. Take responsibility for it. It's not people's job to support you. It's their job to live their life and to be on their purpose, and it's your job to be on your purpose. It's just cut and simple, man. You can't be out here pissed off because people are not supporting you, and you can't expect them to support you. Expectation is the reason you don't expect nothing from anyone. Don't expect anything from anybody. Expectations will get you hurt. The only thing you need to expect is that you go get up and do the work you need to do to move to the next step. in the next step, or you go do some figuring out to see how you can move to the next step and the next step. You are the catalyst for your own success or failure in life. You are the catalyst for the success of your own life or failure. You make these things happen. And that's why I always say it's just like, man, you need to be cool with that. You can't put the burden on other people, and you can't let people take you off of your focus. You have to prioritize your goals first. You have to live up to the vision of your life. Because when you go to sleep, when you lay down at the end of the night, you left with those thoughts inside your mind. They on something else. In your mind, you in the bed laying down saying, damn, man, I should have did this, that, and the other today. You letting yourself down, and that'll kill you in the long run. And I don't want you to die. Take control of your life, man, and just really think about it. I want you to think about what's going on with your life. Don't let people deter your focus. And that's why you need to set your goals. You need to have a goal with a big why, so you can't let people throw you off your path if your why is big enough. You know, if it really matters to you like that, people can't throw you off your path. They could try as you might, but you will never defeat me if your why is big enough. Stop flipping around with your reasons to do anything. And be bold, be a hustler, and do it. Just do it, like Nike say. That's one of my favorite quotes. Me and a lot of other people. Shit. Just do it. You need a powerful internal drive and a concrete goal to stop people from throwing you off your path. Can you develop an internal drive? Yes, you can. How do you develop an internal drive? You have a big goal and a big reason to do it. You shouldn't let people guilt you into working too hard. It's my life. It's what I want to do. You know? You got to start taking control of yourself, man. And people going to say you being selfish, like, oh, you concerned about is this. Well, you goddamn right I am. Because you not loving you doing yourself a disservice if you don't follow the goals that you want to follow. If you letting people control your life and your actions, you're a damn puppet. You're a slave to other people's expectations. And that's a miserable way to live. You'll have a lot of regrets. Trust me, I talked to some people. But I think selfishness is essential to great accomplishment. Think Michael Jordan, how many hours you think he put in the gym? Think his wife wasn't lonely? His children didn't miss him? I don't know. Did he have children when he was winning all those? Mike Tyson. You think he wasn't being selfish in the gym? Floyd Mayweather, anybody great, name them, and they selfish as fuck. They in the lab putting in work. And they just got to make time for everything else after that. Great things take intense focus, and it takes selfishness to be intensely focused. You can't be spread around. Something got to lose. Somebody got to compromise. I'm telling you guys, we got to make the decision to be focused ahead of time. Did you get that? Ahead of time. The day before. The week before. We make that decision. Like, look, this is what it is. I'm a hustler. From 7 to 9, this I write. From 9 to 10, I record. You got to make that decision ahead of time. And then you tell people like, look, man, I can't deal with you between these hours because this is my dedicated focus time. This is the time I have to build the life I want, to go after the goals that I want to achieve. You got to remember, nobody will care about your success as much as you do. And this is why you need to prioritize the actions that you need to take. This is why you need to prioritize your time. People going to want your attention even though they see you working, grinding, hustling. They're going to want your attention. Especially if they've been knowing you for a long time and they see you heading in a direction where they're not really comfortable. Man, they're going to fight for your attention. Stephen Pressfield called it resistance. Resistance from Stephen Pressfield from the book, The War of Art. Read it. The War of Art. Stephen Pressfield. He talks about resistance. People will be your resistance. excuse me, and you have to be mindful of people trying to take your attention away from your goals. And it's your responsibility to set boundaries and make your intentions clear. Yours and nobody else's. Nobody gonna say, well, he really wants to be a rapper or a real estate investor or a basketball player, so let me leave him alone. Nobody gives a fuck. They only care about, the way they feel, which is cool because it's their life. You have to set the boundaries for yourself. You may be supported by the people around you, but that support has a limit. And people not gonna lose sleep behind you needing to train. Only person I could say stood behind me no matter what was my mother. And even then, after a while, she was like, well, you on your own, baby. At the end of the day, I was on my own. I had to figure this stuff out. So, because she had a life too. What they say, baby boy, mama got a life too, Jody. So it's just something to think about. That's why we make the decision ahead of time. So we could deal with these people. Like, look, I already told you, this is the hours I got. This is the hours I work. I stick. Your job, you do it for your job. From 8 to 5, your job wants you. The only thing you want to do, the only thing your job wants you to do is your job from 8 to 5. They catch you doing something else, you might get reprimanded, rolled up or something. You have to hold yourself to that same standard. They have a winning plan, a winning algorithm, you could say. They know what it takes to be productive at that job, and they hold you to that standard. Create a standard and hold yourself to it. Hold yourself to a standard of production. And you're going to do that by focus, setting a schedule, following your goals. Don't allow anything stopping you from becoming your best self for yourself. Don't allow anything to stop you from becoming your best self for yourself. If it's something you want to do, nobody should hinder you doing that. Unless you're just unable. And then even if you're unable, people find ways. Find a way. You're a hustler. You make things happen. Find a way. And it might be difficult to stop people from. It might be difficult for you. Your motivation might be other people. You might be trying to lose weight for your wife. You might be trying to earn extra money for your children. You might be trying to get famous to get back at your ex. That's a big, big no. Stop it. It feels nice to be motivated by other people or make other people your main motivation. I hear a lot of dudes say, man, who lose family members. Man, I'm doing this for such and such. Deontay Wilder, he said he wanted to be a boxer because his daughter had a disease. And I'm not saying that stuff don't work, but what I'm saying is it shouldn't be your main source of motivation. Your main source of motivation should be you. And I'm pretty sure in Deontay Wilder's case, he had other things motivating him as well as him wanting to have a better life for his family. And that's commendable and that's excellent. And you should too. If you have a family, you should want a better life for your family. You should want to provide for your people. But what I'm saying is that shouldn't be your main focus. The main focus should be you and how you feel. Motivation, being motivated by other people is just a shaky ground that you're building an empire on. Extrinsic motivation will almost always fall apart. Extrinsic motivation will almost always fall apart. Motivation from the outside will always fall apart. Motivation is already kind of shaky because a guy I follow, John Simez from Bulldog Mindset, he always speaks about you need to be able to work without motivation. And you do that shit at your job. Monday through Friday, you don't feel like going to work. Some days you might, but some days you don't. But you can't say, well, fuck it, I'm not working today. You go to work and you work them 8 to 5, 9 to 4, whatever hours you work those hours. And you might fade away, get distracted. But at the end of the day, for the most of the time, you are working on work. So we could talk about motivation. That's another topic for another day. But extrinsic motivation is the weaker of all motivations. Let me give you an example. Let's say you make your motivation your wife and You and your wife are building a life together, future together. You working hard. You want to be a rapper. What? You want to build the next Tesla, the next Jeff Bezos. And you're like, man, I have all this money in my wife and blah, 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 right? And then one day you come home and she in the bed with your neighbor. Now you ain't make it yet. You still broke, but you was hustling. You was working. You was making some headway, man. And you just walk home and see that. If she was your main motivation, do you really believe that you would follow through with that? Most people wouldn't. Most people would get depressed and start to question the point of all the hard work they were doing. Like, damn, I was doing all this for us, and she went and did this to me, and whatever like that. Think about it, man. What would you do? What you would do is something totally different because you motivated by what's inside. You motivated by your own aspirations, your own goals. That's why you motivate. You got to be selfish, man. Because if you put it on other people, you're going to always be disappointed. It just is what it is. Hustlers make shit happen, man. You can't stop depending on others. Just stop it. You aren't a child anymore. You are a grown adult in America. Greatest country of all time. But I'll talk about that later. You're an adult, man, and it's time to take responsibility for your actions. Responsibility for all your actions and outcomes. I'm gonna say this again. Big goals take intense focus. If you don't take anything away from me today, that's what intense focus. Grant Cardone had the 10X rule. It was a good book. Intense. Do 10 times more than what you think is applicable, practical. We're not going for practical. Sometimes we're going for extraordinary. And that's what hustlers do, man. We hustle, we shine. We the ones that create industries. You a hustler, you need to be selfish. And it's cool. If you don't know how to love yourself, you can't love anybody else anyway. It's going to always be contingent upon something. Love yourself, be selfish. You can do it. Takes courage and strength. But I believe in you. I give you permission to be selfish. Fuck everybody else. Be selfish. Don't do things for the benefit of others. Do things for the benefit of yourself first. Then they can come after. After you've done everything you need to do for that day, then they come. Priorities. Gotta have your priorities. And all that means nothing if what you're trying to do, let's say you trying to lose weight or whatever to impress somebody else. Come on, man. What's that? That's extrinsic. You looking for the validation of another person, a group of people. You trying to get abs because you want to be sexy for them women or them men, whatever. 2020. It's all cool with me. Don't lose weight unless you want to. Not for your lover and not for the interest of somebody else. Don't start a business unless you want to. Don't. This is about you. This is your life. You have to lay down with you at the end of the day inside of your head. And I just want you to be happy. I want you to be successful and happy. But if you're not trying to make a shitload of money, at least you can be happy by being who you want to be. And as a hustler, that's what we do, man. We do what we want. And there it is. But I want you to make money too. But don't make money just because I want you to make money. Just because I want you to make money so you could be a hustler like me. Be a hustler because you want to be a hustler. This is about you. I want to start a podcast. I'm doing what I want. I want to give value to other people so they can make some money. And here I am telling you to be selfish. Think about yourself first. Prioritize beneficial actions. Learn constantly and focus intensely on your goals and aspirations. Now, we're going to have an episode on goal setting. I can show you how to set realistic goals and build your why. But, man, come on. They have Start With Why by Simon Sinek. You have 10X Rule. Let me see. Let me look at my books right here. You got 10X Rule, Start With Why. You have This all selling books on my. I got Contagious, Launch, Expert Secrets, Millionaire Real Estate Investor, Sales Bible, 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I have all sales books on my shelf right now. But anyway, it's a bunch of books on that shit. And man, come on. They all say the same thing. And some sacrifices that people around you gonna have to make it. If they can't make it, they gotta go. You have to focus on you, especially if they just want to live a regular life, and you trying to be on something else, they just gotta go. You know, your goals, man. You are a hustler. Focus. And do not waver. I'm pretty sure there's a scripture that say that. But anyway, this has been Mr. Hustle. This is Xtra Credit Hustle, the podcast, telling you to be selfish. Prioritize your life. Be selfish, prioritize your life, and intense focus brings success. Well, not all the time, because you can still be focused intensely and mess up, but that's your why. It goes back to your why. Are you willing to try something else? Work hard, focus intensely, be a little selfish most of the time. I'll see you on the next one. Xtra Credit Hustle on all the social media platforms. That's XtraCreditHustle. That's me. XtraCreditHustle.com is the blog. You can find episodes of the podcast there. Don't forget to buy a shirt. Support your boy. Coming with the high quality content. It's been good talking to you. Get your hustle on. Sign up for the email list at XtraCreditHustle.com. And when you do, you're going to get an email. Check your spam folder. For some reason, some of my emails are going to the spam. So check your spam folder and get your boy out of there. Put me in the regular mail, especially if you have Gmail. Gmail is giving me the biggest issue. Put me in your mail so you can get some of my exclusive content also, so you won't miss a blog or a podcast. I love y'all. Stay hustling. Be strong. Be brave. Be selfish. Don't waver. And I'll see you in the next one.